I'm miserable. When I'm tired, everything else seems worse. It's easy to get depressed. I was suffering really badly. All of these are quotes from actual students around the United States. All have felt incredible levels of stress and depression, and all have cited sleep loss as one of the biggest contributing factors to these problems. One of these students in particular, Ben Friedman, a 17-year-old at Pioneer High School, became incredibly depressed during his junior year. And this was simply the result of getting 5 to 6 hours of sleep a night, something that I know many of us in this room do all the time. And the only solution that he was able to find was to seek out professional medical attention and to radically change his sleeping habits. These quotes and anecdotes paint a really scary picture about sleep deprivation. This becomes even more evident when observing statistics. In statistics reported by the National Institute of Mental Health, around 30% of college students report feeling so depressed that they're not able to function normally. This, combined with the fact that according to the American Academy of Pediatrics, suicide is the third leading cause of death for youth in the United States, shows the very serious side of sleep deprivation. And it really makes you wonder, what is causing this state in students' mental health? So today I want to show you just some of what I've learned about sleep deprivation. It's become very clear to me that many students just don't really know that much about it, and they don't really know what the consequences are, so I want to share just a couple of those with you today. And although I'm not really an expert on sleep, as a college student who often doesn't get that much sleep each night, possibly even while writing this speech, I just wanted to share with you that I'm very invested in, and I also care very deeply about this topic. So as I revealed these quotes and stats, my goal is not merely to shock, but possibly also to help inform you of many of the factors that might lead to depression. Chances are, if I asked many of you right now, many of you would say that you don't get very much sleep at night. So I would like to discuss sleep deprivation and show just a little bit how it might affect your mood and possibly even lead to depression. So my first point, as I previously stated, is that students just simply don't get enough sleep at night. In one study conducted through a survey of 287 students, sleep expert Marin Nair found that 217 out of the 287 students he studied were sleep deprived. In this graph, this is represented by the screen section, and this is it's a huge percentage. And while this sample size isn't very large, 287 students isn't necessarily representative of every single student. If it was applied on a larger basis, this would mean that around 3/4 of college students are sleep deprived. This also coincides with the little survey that I handed out during class. According to that survey, on average, we're getting around just under 6.75 hours of sleep a night, and the recommended amount is 9. So that's a significant less, almost 3 hours less than what we're recommending. So this brings me to my second point. Sleep deprivation can severely affect mood and mental health. According to Nair's sleep study that I mentioned earlier, students who slept less felt far more anxiety than those who were sleeping normal amounts. In addition, in a study conducted by Rachel Manver at Stanford University, she found that curing patients of insomnia had the side effect of greatly improving their levels of happiness. Both of these studies conclude that sleep can greatly affect your mood. But what about mental health? Can sleep deprivation really lead to depression? Well, according to Nair from the study that I mentioned earlier, it's at least a heavy indicator. According to his study, students with insomnia were around twice as likely to develop depression as students as healthy subjects. In addition, in a study of depressive sleep patterns conducted by Anna Wurst Justice, she found that just by analyzing sleep patterns, she was able to identify a healthy patient from a depressive patient from an insomniac just by analyzing how much they slept at night. And that really speaks volumes for the likelihood of connection between sleep deprivation and depression. So, in conclusion, as I hope it has become somewhat clear today, college students simply aren't getting enough sleep at night. But even more than that, this sleep that we're missing can greatly affect our mental health and our mood. And so I hope that by acknowledging this correlation between sleep deprivation and depression, acknowledging its clear presence in our lives, it may be possible to fight depression in each and every one of our lives. Thank you.